Today I've got a rare helicopter for you. Behind me is a two-seater experimental. So guys, in front of me is a Counterweight A600, and if you see where it's standing, your eyes are not deceiving you. This thing came out of the garage. Okay, I'm standing in front of the owner's garage right now, and this is an experimental helicopter that you can build in there and then even fly it right from your home. The first thing you see also is that, look, those are the rotor blades, just two of them. Keep it simple. See how long they are, and the owner did a really neat job. I love the paint color scheme on this. You see it's just white, and then you've got some neon green all around just to highlight them here. With a Counterweight, you actually have two different models that you can build. They have the standard kit, and then you have the turbo kit. This one here is a turbo kit, and what that means is you have a turbocharged engine. This aircraft has a VW 168 horsepower engine, and you can see the turbocharger down here. Okay, and the engine bay is located right in there. Right behind the seats there. And this engine powers this thing up. You can climb about 1,000 feet per minute. Your cruise speed, you're looking at 80, 90 miles per hour. And with the full gas tank, you can go about 2 hours. So 2 hours flight time, and you're not going anywhere far. Okay, you can go about 100, 200 miles in this thing with full tanks. You have 17 gallons total of usable fuel. Now, something really interesting I want to show you guys. So if you come down here, you wonder what this thing is. On an aircraft, you might think maybe this is your pitot tube or something, right? But this is a counterweight balance. All right, so depending on how many people that you have in the aircraft, now there's only 2 seats, but if you're the only person flying, if it's just one person flying the aircraft, then you want to have weights here or up here, which I'll show you. So you counterweight the helicopter. So you see this right here, you move it to the back, depending on how many people are flying the aircraft. So I thought that was pretty neat. So that helps you keep your CG in the right place. For my non-pilot viewers, CG is very, very important whenever you're flying, whether it be a helicopter or an airplane. All right, so let's check out the interior. So to get in the helicopter, you've got 2 doors, one on this side and the other side. Just kind of move the door. You see it's kind of like it goes in a diagonal like that, which I thought is pretty neat. So the interior in this thing, I think, is very neat. First, you look at the cabin space. It's a lot of room in here for 2 people. 2 grown adults will sit in here comfortably. You've got the leather seating. And the first thing I want to show you is up here. See how many switches you've got? Not a lot. All right, so all of your electric switches are up here, and then you've got your literally 2 rows of circuit breakers. All right, but before that, see the cockpit too? You've got one glass screen here, or for your avionics, which is MGL. So for a lot of people who may be new to experimental, MGL is a staple brand when you're building either an airplane or a helicopter. The reason why a lot of people or pilots go for MGL is because you can modify them, okay? And as the owner did for this aircraft. So you've got your one screen here, and then if you come down, you've got what looks like your traditional old school analog gauges. These are digital, okay? You see your RPM gauge to the right there, altimeter, your speeds, all of it is right here. And the cool thing with this particular model is all of this has redundancy. So if they're connected to a different circuit, so if one breaks out or goes out, you've got a backup. So that way, hopefully, you always have something to look at and know what's going on with the aircraft. And then you come to the bottom, you've got more screens. And then below that, you've got your fuel shut-off valve. All right, now, something else you see here, these are your pedals or directionals. In an airplane, these are what you call your rudder pedals, but here they're directionals. And then also on both sides, you've got your cyclics. This is for the pilot in command, passenger. Now, normally you would have every control surfaces you have on the right and the left side. But another control here, this is called the collective, okay? And then this right here is your throttle. And typically you have this also on for the passenger side, but the owner removed it because it's not necessary. And another thing you should know is that this A600 is ADSB compliance. As you know, earlier this year, FAA tells you that if you're going to fly in certain airspaces, you have to have the right equipment, and this aircraft has it. All right, you see right there. So this helps you with your ADSB in, okay, and the data from that transmits to the ForeFlight on here, which helps you see traffic and things like that. So with this aircraft, you've got ADSB in and out. See, perfect. See right there. And you know, just about everybody uses ForeFlight because it's just an amazing app. So for all of you out there, if you've ever wanted to build or own a two-seater helicopter, one that you can take about 200 miles, this is a pretty neat option. And in terms of the cost, so the owner tells me that the kit cost about $160,000. Okay, now that comes with everything. So the kit to build the helicopter and the engine. So it comes with everything you need, all inclusive for 160 grand. You probably pay a few $1,000s less if you go for the standard kit that's not turbocharged. But that's about how much you're looking at to have a finished airplane. I said airplane, helicopter like this. Let me back up a little bit just so you see just how nice this thing looks. And like I said, this is we're in front of the driveway. This is something you can take off from your driveway. That's the beautiful thing about helicopters.